So today we're going to do a video on the topic whether or not pickup is a number game. So what we're going to talk about is why pickup is not actually a number game, but rather stack number game based on your skill. We're going to talk about why it's a funnel, okay? Why it's actually a funnel and why it's so important to be approaching all the time if you want to meet a great girl. Okay, so a lot of people ask me whether or not pickup is a number game. And to me, that's a lot like guys' main disillusion of whether or not they can win a fight. I think girls have two main disillusions. One is that they can, maybe most guys think that they, without any training whatsoever, they can win a fight here in the street. And the other is that without any effort at it, they can pick up girls. Of course, there's gonna be some guys that can win fight that are ever focusing on it. And there's gonna be some guys that can pick up girls that are ever focusing on it. But most guys, when they get into fight, they're shocked to discover to get their fucking ass kicked. And most guys, when they try to pick up as well girls, they discover that they suck at it. For me, can I ever get every girl? Absolutely not. How could I possibly get every girl? For example, you know, I was in New York City for the last bootcamp, and I picked up this girl, super cute software engineer, during day game in just 5 minutes. We barely had the time to have sex, and I had to catch my plane. Then the week when we were in New Orleans, we picked up with Jeff those super cute girls with a PhD. That was really nice too. But basically, you know, just because the guy has a lot of game with a girl doesn't mean he's gonna be able to get every girl. Regardless what, let me put my sweater here, it's like windy. Regardless what learning pickup does too, it stack the number games in your favor. And the reason why is because to be good at pickup, to even get any success at all. So in other words, guys like myself, if I go out, you know, let's say on a good night, I may have like 6 very good sets during this nightstand, maybe making out with 2-3 different girls. And I might pull 1 or 2 girls out of those 3 girls. A lot of girls who I make out with will still run off. Think all of those different girls that you make out with that have a boyfriend, or all the different girls that you open that have to go too. So it's still a number game. But regardless, when you're good at it, it stacks in your favor. So to me, a good night would be like, you know, I mean, just you open 1 girl, pull her, go home and have sex with her. And you keep seeing her after. Maybe she even helps you to meet other girls. But you know, what are the chances of that happening? It still happens on sub night. A lot of guys will brag about how they always happen to have them, but it's not gonna always happen to you. Sub nights, your nights also have a rough night. You know, you go out for a while and it's just not gonna click. You just suffer the whole fucking night. But then you pull at the end. I have nights where I suffer like through like 6 hours in Vegas, like doing cold approach, and horrible night. And final approach to the night, I walk up to the lobby and it's like, what's up? you know, and just frustrated. She's like giggling and shit. I just pull her like immediately in my room. It's shocking, but it's also very gratifying that you stuck it out when something like that happened. But generally speaking, I'd say a good night is, you know, approaching like a lot of different girls in the venue. You chat with them and it's very social, you know. You're not eating on of them. So you're not really being rejected, just very social. A couple of different girls will reject you just because they are idiots and they're on the go and they are drunk. Maybe they just honestly have to go. But most girls will kind of just joke around with you. And some girls you have chemistry with, and that's sort of how it works. But regardless, you wind up getting a lot of girls. You want to take one of these. You want to do it. So you can also imagine, let's say, someone who's really rich and he has like a family business and he doesn't have to do, it's like a philanthropy type of business. He will do his little thing, sell his little painting, whatever, and save tons of like children somewhere in Asia. For that, it doesn't really have to work. And that's not really my reality. If I want to run like my business here, I have to get out there. I have to bang the guns. And so I might have like a website or some kind of like a YouTube channel right here. I may have like seen those videos by millions of people, thousands and millions of people eventually. It's just the beginning of an entrepreneurship. And maybe some of those gonna get views and like, and people's gonna interact and share those videos. And after like a couple of 100,000 a year, wealthy pimp, you know, you may have like people who actually sign up. And that's actually like how you run like a business. And I might go out and approach a whole tons of girls. I'm not gonna get all of them. I'm not gonna sleep with all of them, but nonetheless, always like sleeping with a bunch of girls. And that's what I like. And what's the problem, right? So what are you gonna focus on? Are you gonna focus on the fact that not every girl wanna fuck with you? Does it bother your ego? Or are you gonna focus on the fact that you have a great sex life with beautiful girl, smart girl? So you're having maybe 3 of them. You're having girls that like you. You have girls that are into you. You have girls that are having you, maybe children, possibly. Everything's fucking great. You can focus on that. See, you agree, right? Or you can focus on not every girl like you, right? So it's a stack number games. Even though it's a number game for me, my funnel is gonna be a lot more effective. It's much like how somebody set up a pickup business. You know, they can throw like a little ad online, but if their ad is ineffective, they're not gonna have all those people coming up on bootcamp, signing up for the program. So you want to think of like that. Now, as far as why you need to approach a lot, it's kind of a pretty deep topic too, because if you want to get a girl that you like, you need to be approaching a lot. Let me put out to you this way. Out of every single girl you approach, only so many would hook socially, right? So those girls that will just like you socially and hook, you don't just like be on the top of you. Then there's so many girls that are like gonna hook emotionally. They wanna maybe meet to make a move. Like you actually like eyes are into you. Then you have so many that are gonna hook physically, that will actually let you get your hands on them, and it will touch you back. And you have so many that will hook as far as like you know, moving around the club with you. So many that will hook as far as making out with you. So many that will hook as far as living with you. So many that will hook that as far as coming back home with you. So it still won't sleep with you maybe. And then so many that will actually sleep with you. So from there though, let's go deeper. Let's get you thinking about why you need to be approaching a lot. There's only so many. I'm gonna get like a little bit rude here, okay? I'm just gonna be real with you. There's only so many that are good in bed. There are so many that are tight enough that it feels good on you. There's only so many that you fuck you the way you wanna be fucked. Now, from there, the frontal goes even deeper because there's only so many that you get along with, and you don't think they are fucking annoying, and they don't fuck the shit out of you. There's only so many that aren't crazy. There's so many that you enjoy life with. There's only so many that let you go deeper, that like other girls. Or you didn't think that now, did you? Are you ready to get married? The one girl right now. Well, she does like other girl. What's gonna happen? So there's only so many that are into that. And there's so many that you would really ever want to continue with, okay? If you're looking from a relationship that's open, there's so many that are open to that. And if you're looking for, like, say, a monogamous like relationship, there's only so many that are gonna do that and get married. So if you're looking to get married, there's so many that are only attracted to you for you and not like for your money. So the funnel is like room like that. That being said, the case, look at the rich kid running is that business again. I've seen that where you can tell the children is doing the very bare minimum because his dad built up everything from scratch. You think his kid is going to have to bug anybody? He never have to make an ass out of themselves. He could just run his dad business and everything would be great. Well, is that you? Are you parents gonna give you a turnkey business so that you can have everybody cheers on you? Are you gonna maybe have to piss a few people off here and in order to run a business, right? I would love, but I didn't have that to like piss few people off to run a business. But the reality is that I do. To have the success that I have to put myself out there. Well, the same way in pickup. To have the sex life that I have to be willing to put myself out there. I have to be willing to deal with friction of people blow me off, or girls that think I'm an idiot. Whatever it is, I'm going to deal with it, and that's life. So the question is what I'm gonna focus on. Am I gonna focus on, let's say, well, a couple of girls would like me, or I'm gonna focus on different things that bother me about that, you know? I had to go out there and make it happen. I had to be proactive. I'm gonna say, look, I'm glad I'm not one of those like soft people whose parents made it easy for them. I'm glad I have to go out there and bang the guns because it's gonna improve my character. So that's what I ask you. Are you focused more about your character, or are you focused more about a couple of like little rejection here and here that hurt your ego in pickup? If you were born a 6 foot jacked and like a football player or like the most popular kid at your school, or you had rich parents that brought you a yacht in, let's say, Miami with all the party with Victoria's Secret supermodel, you wouldn't have to do cold approach pickup, but you do, okay? It's not you. You can do things like lifestyle building. Game is great. You can do things like cold approach building game. It's great. And of course, you know, you can go to the gym and work on your looks and work on your clothes and whatever else. But the point being is that you're gonna have to be proactive about it. You're gonna have to be the guy that, you're not the guy who's gonna have it easy. And if you're watching this video, most likely the question is, are you gonna take that as an offense, or are you gonna take this something that you can build on because you're saying to yourself, hey, I'm glad that this improved my character. People who never get rejected never have to go through anything. Typical lack of character. And it's not their fault. It's just what it is. But the stereotype of a rich kid is not usually some kid that has a lot of character, right? It's usually somebody that had it easy. Well, when you have to work on getting laid and you haven't had it easy, that's gonna improve everything from your confidence, social skills, self-resilience. And it gives you a sense of pride that, unlike, let's say, a club promoter who's the most popular guy in his city, let's say in LA, Las Vegas, and you know, it's great, good, do that. But let's say this popular guy in LA, he goes to a new city and he goes, let's say, to New York, for example. He doesn't know anybody. And it's like the golden handcuff on, right? Somebody who picks up girl based on their look or a social situation has a golden handcuff. Look, go out, improve that stuff as much as you can, but also remember that you want to be self-reliant. And like I said, of course, pickup as a number game to a degree, but you know, Wealthy Pimp is a number games too. With all those students that we had with Jeff, it was highly stacked number game with everything being really great and really tailored. Tons of great content out there, great free stuff leading to a cheaper program, then leading to premium program. Program, by the way, very tailored to the need. So we did that the same way that you're going out to do a lot of approach. You know, you hook socially and with some of just, you know, social but not emotional, and emotionally to the other physically, with other moving them around, with other back to the house, with other sex, with other then even from one that you had sex, the one that you even consider as having a repeated, and like the other girl, the one that you continuing in whatever type of relationship and you're looking for. So like I said, be self-reliant approach a lot, realize that you gotta approaching a lot if you want to get the girls that you want, and take initiative. Look, man, I don't have to do this for the rest. You don't have to do this for the rest of your life. You just gotta do it until you got the girl you want. And then from there, you can focus on other things and take the lesson that you learn along the process through your journey of life, okay? And if you want to do it for the rest of your life, that's fine too. But the point is, take action. Anyway, that was an interesting point. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.